Look, Charleston White responds to Pooh Shiesty being released from federal penitentiary on good behavior. 3 years, fam. He was sentenced to 5 months, 5 years and 3 months. He got out just after doing a little over 3. Let's get into the content, fam.
He fit a Bobby Schmurder. The boy fit to dance and have fun. They don't want to go back there. Them white folk know how to teach you ass a lesson. Yeah, them white folk know how to teach you ass a lesson. One thing about that white man, he know how to show it. You don't want to be bad. One thing about that white boy got a system and some methods that break ass up. I bet them boys. I bet they'll be. I'm telling you, they come out and change their tune. That white man don't play, and he got their ass on what they call a probated sentence, called probation. Get him. They call a PO. Them PO make them ass walk a straight line. They look at that boy PO too. And shit, they gonna be tight open like a. We ain't gonna have no problem down the Pooh. But what? They done let who out? Pooh. They ain't gonna have no problem out of Mr. Shiesty. Mr. Pooh Shiesty. Pooh's not gonna be a problem at all, y'all. I promise you, Pooh is not gonna be a problem. Him, nor his crew. I'm just shout out to the United States Federal Bureau of Inspections, our Federal Bureau of Department of Corrections. Them people do not play with these boys. They only bad for the white man get them. When the white man get them, all they so law-abiding and manable and respect. They even courteous when they drive. Hey, you ever seen them that used to shoot the block up? And you don't use your blinker and cut one of them off, and you ride on side of them and do them like that, and they look at you, all they think is, man, I'll kill you. But they won't. It just be a thought, because the white man taught them how to think through that shit. So you can cut them off all day on the road. You can get on side of them and do them like, what the fuck? And they just look at you. They ain't gonna do nothing. You know why? They got a probation officer. All these niggas need probation officer. Say, the best thing the white man can do to a is give him a probation officer or parole officer. Y'all think these niggas be bad. I'm telling you, I wouldn't give a damn word halfway out. Whether he halfway out, halfway in, or all the way out. The boy got a PO. And the PO got a supervisor. So I don't give a damn what he think he can do. That parole officer supervisor ain't friends with nobody. You can't bribe them. You can't give them no money. They ain't a fan of yours. They don't give a damn about the little small peasant, little bit of ass probation officer, half-ass liking you and being light with the condition stipulation. Let parole supervisor look over their shoulder and see nobody's complying. And the PO is letting his barely comply. You get on back in there, boy. Smash their ass off that goddamn street so goddamn fast. I lasted a week on probation. That shit don't work. You heard what you said? You lasted a week. Obviously it worked because you in the comment section typing like a that done probation that don't want to do crimes no more. You could be stealing with your fingers. You could be pulling the trigger with your finger. You could be robbing with your fingers. You could be selling dope with your fingers. Look at you. You over here typing with your fingers, not bothering nobody, not breaking the law, none of that. Look at you. Typing. Used to be a criminal. Now look at you. Used to be a street. Look at you, street. Online typing with them Twitter fingers. Trying to sound bad, trying to look tough with your Twitter finger. Gangster used to be at. I used to do this. I done time. Look what you're doing. You typing it. You're twittering what you used to do, street. You gotta be ashamed of yourself. You used to be a bad man on the streets. Look at you, twittering in the metaverse world. Pussy ass. All them niggas be in the streets shooting them gun, bazooka, boom, boom, killing with them thuka, now look at you. That little noise being your ears when you be typing sound way better than that. Pow! All y'all pitiful. All you pitiful. Now, so don't worry about Pooh, baby. Pooh, baby. Pooh gonna be all right, baby. He ain't gonna bother them people no more. He might rap about it. He just might rap about it. But for us doing it, those days are long gone behind him. I promise you. Oh, good God. That's why I love that white man. That's why I love the United States federal government. Because them the bad, them try to buck the police. You know, cause, yeah, you see Thug going there and ask the police for the phone number. I bet he won't ask no FBI agent for the phone number. Go on now. Ask one of them FBI agents can you get their phone number. Hey, listen. All I know is
everybody seem mad these days. I don't know what's going on, but I need something I can ride to. And I think I could spare a few minutes today. Just a few.
He's still right here. He's still right here.
She been collecting dust, man. She been collecting dust, man. She been collecting dust, man. We don't ride with no tags. You know I ain't bleeping nothing out. Nigga, I'm CEO. Fuck you, tell me. She been collecting dust on us, man. We got shit collecting dust on again. What we doing? What's up, my little twin, man? We got shit collecting dust. My little brother sending this shit, playing in this shit, man. My little brother done been driving this shit, man. I don't do this no, man. Come on, man. I don't want to drive this shit, man. I don't be wanting to drive. I don't be wanting to do this shit, man. I'm a low-key nigga, man. I'm a motherfucking nigga. I'm more of a Slim from Cash Money than a Birdman type nigga, though. But, you know, I get on my Birdman shit, though. Yeah, fuck you, tell me.
You've been working out your back because you need it.
Sideline, yo, man. What is it now, Pop? What I'm doing, man? Snap it.
Open it. To take a back.
The main say he's more like a Slim. He's not like a Birdman. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people don't understand what that Pooh Shiesty mask, that Shiesty mask meant. The Shiesty mask meant that he was going to do dirt, but he was going to keep his face clean. It wasn't about just being on some shoot 'em up, bang, bang type shit. You know what I mean? That's why the Shiesty mask is unfortunately banned in several states. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Yeah, Pooh Shiesty ain't no dumbass nigga. Did he really get into the field? Yeah, you know, most likely. But this ain't about that. This is about whether or not that man is going to fuck up everything he got and go back to prison. It's 2025, fam. You're starting to see certain things don't make you real anyway, fam. It don't make you real. First of all the dirt you do with another nigga, you're entrusting him with your life, fam. You're entrusting that motherfucker with your life. Niggas are snitches. Niggas are rats. You know what I mean, bro? You don't want to do Dutch with nobody. If they know about you, they damn near gotta go. Why? At any moment, any point, they get arrested. They could ruin everything that you've worked so hard to build up. Look, man, shout out Pooh Shiesty, bro. Bro got out on good behavior. And looking different, my nigga. The nigga, he gonna do his thing, fam. I'm waiting to hear the music, fam. I want to hear that. Drop it in the comments. Phone's ringing right now, but I'm not answering it. You know what I mean? You're not answering it. Not answering that. Motherfucker still ringing. I don't even know how to stop this motherfucker from ringing on the Apple Watch. There you go. You know what I mean? Look, I'm new, and it was spam likely. Go ahead and delete that. I'm new to the Apple Watch family, bro. Yeah, I'm new to it. But I am true to it. Got the Ultra 2 titanium for everybody that's watching right now. I had to upgrade my watches. I still got the Gucci watches sitting in a satchel. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll bring them back out soon. But I'm at the point where I'm not wearing two watches. See, I'm not wearing two watches. I just need to be able to tell what time it is when I need to. And this motherfucker do a whole bunch of other things that I ain't really just got into yet. But anyway, shout out Pooh Shiesty. He's free. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's free. Fans love it. New music dropping soon. I'm just waiting to see that subject matter. That subject matter is gonna tell it all. You know, that subject matter gonna tell it all, fam. If he's really about change, they're gonna hear it in the music. But I just know Back in Blood. Get it Back in Blood. You know what I mean? I ain't really jammed too much of Pooh Shiesty shit. Drop it in the comments. If you got a song that you could say, you know what? Go jam this. All this shit ain't on shoot 'em up, bang, bang. Show me something. You know what I mean? Show me something. Pooh Shiesty fans, get in the comments and show me a song that I could really look at this man like an artist and not just a street thug. You know what I mean? I want to look at him like a real musician at this point, bro. Why? He's changed. And he's still evolving and changing. That's part of the human growth, man. It's part of the process. You can't be who you once was. Son, you got to let some things go so you can get to this new level. You know what I mean? This next level. And this next level shoots you way higher than you previously was. Because anything illegitimate shouldn't touch your motherfucking pockets. Why? It comes with more than your team. Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments, Scores from the Playground. Shout out Charleston White. When he talk like this, I like him. I like him because everything he say, the white man, and we just call it the white man. They just call it the big business, federal, penitentiary, the institutions. They have a way of breaking you, bro. That's what they're designed for. You're not gonna come out different. You might still have some traces that it owe you, but you're better. You just gotta stop fighting those changes. Shout out my big brother, bro, Rez Jack, Rez Rue. He's one of the only niggas I know ever to do, and he did about 7. My brother did about 7, probably about 10 altogether. You know what I mean? Only nigga I know that can for sure tell you he's never going back. You know what I mean? Couldn't respect it at first because I'm like, man, this nigga changed way too much for me. I even got a best friend that just did 10. Rob G, if you ever watch this video, I love your boy. You know, let's just be honest, let's just be real. It just when people get out of prisons, they change so much. Man, I don't know how to coexist with y'all too much. You know what I mean? It's like 5-7 years that you got to be free just so you could understand me. You know, just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments, bro. Scars from the Playground for everybody that did time and held it down. Change your ways, bro. Don't go back to that bitch. It's stupid. Drop it in the comments, bro. Scars from the Playground. Like, share, subscribe, nigga. Peace. Shout out Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty. Stay free, nigga. Look, welcome back to Scars from the Playground. C Murder announces he's dropping new music straight from the clank. Let's get into the content, fam.
Do the song, do a video for each one of them bitches.
Right.
From in this bitch on the yard, all that.
Right.
I'm telling you, when I go, bro, I go all the way.
Nah.
Just like right now, I'm shooting a DVD in here. And I've been shooting and filming myself in there for like 20 years.
Whoa.
And it's still doing it every day. I'm just finished before I hollered at you, I was in there filming. Going holler at the dude, going get filmed. Look, get my homie right here, tell him about yourself. Me, on the yard, working out, playing ball,
That's
everything.
what's up, man. That's what's up.
So
You got
20
in?
Real nice 20.
Damn.
Right now, I got 23 in, man.
23.
With now, though.
Yeah.
Man.
You on your way out.
But the album, I need to drop this album. You know, nigga got some shit I'm trying to do. You know, bless the kids with this and that and that and this, you heard?
Okay.
So the album nice. I want Nas to check it out. And if he like the music, let me tell you something
Now
about
we gonna work with you to get it to me, and that's it. You know,
Yeah.
and that's what I can promise the brothers to listen to it, and you know, I'll pass it
that's
on,
it.
man. I'm gonna pass it on, and it's in the universe, man.
Yeah, that's it. I just want motherfucker to listen, and if they listen, but this the thing, it ain't mixed. It was right here on the phone. See, I'm on a phone recording,
Right.
but it's top quality.
Okay.
And I ain't my engineer ain't do no mix or nothing with that bitch. That's just me when I just put the levels on and put it on MP3.
Right.
But I'm send you. I'm also send you a mixed version of a song that I did in here, like with the Pro Tools.
Okay.
Everything I got separated tracks, beats, everything. So this album, though, the few people like in my circle, about 4 or 5 people that heard, they said it's the one. It's all song.
Look, C-Murder was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for the 2002 murder of 16-year-old Steve Thomas, fam. Despite the appeal and the decanted witness testimonies, his conviction has been repeatedly upheld by the courts. Look, bro, shout out to C-Murder, man, shout out to him. If the music is fire, it's fire. Now, you reaching out to Noriega and all his people, but I thought you were cool with YB. Yeah, YB. Wherever you at, nigga, the nigga need a record deal. Let him be down with Never Broke Again. You know what I mean? Why not? You know what I mean? Stranger things have happened. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. That music, really what it is, from that penitentiary, you know what I mean? It'll soar, but let's just be honest. Let's just be real. You don't know what it's gonna be until you hear it. It got to be mixed. You got to want to hear what C-Murder is even talking about, fam. Inquiring minds want to know what happened. Now they're saying he got at the witnesses, either paid them or threatened them. Yeah, they saying he threatened them. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on with C-Murder, but I don't hear Master P talking about him like he was a few years ago. Why? Supreme Court said it is what it is, man. They closed that. Yeah, as many times it might be 20 more years. Let's just be honest. Let's be real. Shout out C-Murder, wherever you at. This ain't hating on you, brother, but it's like, if you really killed that boy, you know what I mean? It's just, you deserve what you got. It's just how it is, bro. You can't want to live that life, and then when it catches up to you, you don't want to live it no more. I done changed. Man, a 16-year-old boy can't change. Life is over. That's all it's about, fam. It ain't about y'all motherfucking emotions. I know some people gonna get on this, I love C-Murder. I love him. Man, you don't know that man. You don't know that man from a can of paint. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. And if you was in the club that night, you might have caught a stray. If you was in the Platinum Club Harvey in Louisiana, you might have caught a stray in 2002. And guess what? Motherfucker, it wouldn't have been no justice for you. So, hey, 2 tears in a bucket. That's the motto. Fuck it. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Hey, I tried to do something light for him. Tonight. Why? Everything else on yellow. Yeah. The other 2 videos I did, content, go check them out, fam. They're on yellow. Yeah, I ain't making too much money from him, but it's some good content, man. It's some good content. It's just, you can't put certain shit on YouTube without them hitting the pause on that shit, hitting the slow motion on that shit. So that's what they did. But look here, Scars from the Playground. Drop it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. We going that way. That way, why? We ain't got no other way to go. You know what I mean? Point blank, period. And get what? We doing screens now. You know what I mean? Yeah, we doing screens now. That's the upgrade. Don't ask me how it happens. Shit just happens. Just be honest. Let's just be real. Yeah, that's the upgrade, nigga. Drop it in the comments, Scars from the Playground. If you made it to the end of this video, I fucks with you. But if you didn't, fuck you. But you probably won't hear it anyway. But look here. Stay strong.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap. People tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Look, Grizzly slams NBA YoungBoy. You know what I mean? Bro, let's get into the content, fam.
We about to try all this shit. Man, turn this shit off, man.
Who just
Talk to my nigga Juice WRLD though, man.
That nigga say turn that shit off. You know what I mean? Look, shout out YB, Kentrell Golden. I like him. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people think when you start speaking the truth, it make you think like, oh, he's hating on him. Bro, a lot of people fuck with YB way before y'all start fucking with him. Let's just be honest, right? Let's just be real. A lot of y'all on the new music, y'all don't even know that old shit, bro. When you grow up, you start changing, bro. Yeah. OG, real niggas, niggas that ain't YNs don't really want to hear YB current material, fam. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. That rah-rah shit ain't what a nigga on, bro. It ain't what a nigga on, bro. Niggas learn to chill, bro. Chill, stay out the way, and get you some money. Music is designed to motivate. Shout out YB because he got the YNs going crazy. But I can't say T Grizzly is wrong. You mean every time I hear YB, I'm turning it off, bro. I'm not looking to hear a nigga screaming at that microphone. Right now, bro, you got to find your chill. It's 2025. You got to find your chill. This ain't about no NBA YoungBoy slander or no hate. I fuck with that man. That's what y'all don't understand, bro. My people got roots in Louisiana. Yeah, I fuck with that man more than you may think, but the truth is the truth, bro. I got to keep it real on this platform. Scars from the Playground. I got to keep it real. This ain't about YoungBoy. This is bigger than YB. You know what I mean? YB doing what YB doing because he got to make his money. But you ain't gonna know the real YB until that tour ends and he's forced to be back in the house just creating. Right now, flooding the game with bullshit material, that ain't what it is, nigga. Yeah, that ain't what it is. Right now, man, go back to the drawing boards and get you a #1 record, nigga. Yeah, get you a #1 record. And in order to do that, it ain't gonna just be some shit that you can record like some fly-by-night shit. You're gonna have to stop, pay attention, and focus, nigga. Drop it in the comments. Shout out T Grizzly. Cause like I said, he didn't do nothing wrong, but why you say it like that? Why you got men turn that shit off? You know people are watching, my nigga. Now, you wasn't that tough. I'm gonna tell you a little story about T Grizzly. You wasn't that tough when you came to Houston a few years back. You know what I mean? Cartel Bo had you looking like you was terrified, bro. Yeah, NFL had you looking terrified in Houston, nigga. You know what I mean? So just like you say, turn that off. When I hear T Grizzly shit, bro, I'll turn that shit off too, nigga. You didn't do everything you said you did. Turns out all you did was ran into a pawn shop and try to break the glass and take and run. You know what I mean? Man, that's some pussy ass shit, bro. Yeah, you still rapping about that same shit. Use a teddy bear, nigga. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. Drop it in the comments. Telling the truth, ain't hating. Charleston White chicken shit. Charlie taught me that. You know what I mean? I know I talk a lot of shit about Charleston White. A lot. But also give him his credit too. Why? If it was no Charleston White, it'd be no Scars from the Playground today. You know what I mean? Yeah. And bro taught me a lot of shit about the game. You know what I mean? I gotta admit, Charleston, if you ever see any of my videos, you taught me a lot of shit about the game. You know what I mean? But this ain't no Danielson, Mr. Miyagi type of situation, my nigga. Anybody could get it on Scars from the Playground platform, bro. I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help me God. That's all this about. All that other shit, miss me with it. Nigga. That's it. Drop it in the comments. Scars from the Playground. Like, share, subscribe. Nigga, peace. I was a little bit under the weather for the past couple weeks, but look, I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. I know a lot of people out there, bro. I couldn't tell what your dedication on. I couldn't tell. But look what, you ain't supposed to be able to tell, nigga. That's part about being professional. Scars from the Playground, a.k.a. Chris Magic, nigga. I ain't going nowhere. For all the people that been listening to the music, keep going, check that out. Right now, I'm changing some shit up on the streaming platform so you won't be able to find the music right this second. But it's all over YouTube and everywhere else. Look, drop it in the comments, Scars from the Playground. Please keep liking, sharing, subscribing. We're going up. And if you need some Great food recipes. Go over there to dine with Dankarella. You know, not a lot of people be like, bro, who is he married to? The man say he's been married. She must not be this and that. Man, look, I'm married to a queen, bro. I don't talk about it all the time with my subs, but look, man, I'm 17 years deep. 17. Almost 18 years with this queen, fam. I don't try to hide it, nor am I looking for any side pussy. You know what I mean? I don't want no side salads. You know, I don't need that when you got a course like mine. Drop it in the comments, bro. Scores from the playground. Like, share, subscribe, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Look, 6ix9ine tells Charleston White, Diddy is the only nigga to ever beat the federal government. Let's get into the content, fam.
I think Diddy got sentenced to 50 months. Is that right? Unc, you know.
It said 50 months.
He won. Yo, Diddy looked me in my face, bro, and said, yo, bro, I got them. Meaning, like, I said, yo, bro, you gonna take them to the door? He's like, I ain't got no choice, but I got it. I'm gonna win.
What's that mean?
He won. He won. Like, he's the only person that officially beat the feds.
How did he beat him? He's doing 50 months.
What do you mean? He was going away for life. He beat a Rico. He was going
to Rico charge.
He was
okay.
And don't beat Rico
yo, you
charges.
see Young Thug, that didn't beat no Rico. First of all, he pleaded out, and that's a Rico in the state. That's what people don't understand.
The average black man don't beat a Rico in America.
Nobody's beating him. No, listen, this is the thing.
It's our
Niggas be
teacher
like,
right
oh,
here.
I came home, I'm on a Rico. Nigga, you in a Rico in the state, in Fulton County. Stop letting these rappers lie and say you beat the feds. Nobody beat the feds. The only person to officially beat the feds, and look, he's still doing 4 years, is Diddy.
Look, I know Sean Diddy Combs has acquired quite a few haters. You know what I mean? But 6ix9ine is right. Charleston White, chicken shit chocolate, they're right, bro. He beat the federal government. They were looking for a Rico. Once that Rico went out the window, I knew it wasn't going to be that hard for Diddy. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. He was sentenced to 50 months in federal prison with 14 months time served. You know what I mean? Man, he'll be out before you know it. 2-3 months, he'll be home on house arrest, looking to do his probation. This wasn't even... it wasn't even no aggravated charge, bro. Yeah, he beat him. He beat the federal government. While everything Diddy has done or will do, he's never gonna get busted for it, bro. Even all the shit at the college years ago when he had that performance where people lost their lives by being locked in that little, man, come on, man. He's never gonna face any type of those people, his victims, they're never gonna get any justice. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Everything he did ain't right. Right now, he's still looking at about 80 lawsuits, bro. What sodomizing men, get spreading HIV, all type of other shit. But it's civil. It's not criminal. I don't even think they're gonna break his pockets. Son is still making money right now from a lot of endeavors. On top of he renting out the private jet. Yeah, he beat him. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Federal government, if you're watching this, Diddy has won. You know what I mean? Might be the only nigga in history to do it. But yeah, he won, bro. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Y'all drop it in the comments. Scores from the playground. Like, share, subscribe. Shout out Charleston White. Shout out 6ix9ine. I like both of them guys. I know I give them both shit sometimes, but I do that to everybody. I do not pick and choose on this platform. That's not how it's ran, bro. I can't run shit like that, bro. I genuinely like a lot of people. But I'm going to be honest with you, fam. When they're wrong, they're wrong. They have to be called out on their shit. But when they're right, they're right. You know what I mean? Diddy won. Drop it in the comments, bro. I know a lot of people want him to go to prison for the rest of his life for beating up Cassie. Look, man, you know what I mean? That wasn't even something he was being convicted over. You know what I mean? That wasn't even a charge. That girl got her $30 million. You know what I mean? What is she scared of now? You got $30 million. $30 million, bro. Stay away from them. It's a big old world. A lot of people that you run into, bro, you ain't got to. You want to. You don't have to ever see these people in the real world. Just stay the fuck out the way. You know what I mean? And shout out 50 Cent on her whole ass. That little shit 50 Cent was doing, wrote a letter to the judge. He's been scared for 20 years. I believe you. I don't think you would even trolling, nigga. Boo-boo. Boo-boo, I don't think you was trolling, my nigga. I think you was telling the God honest truth. That when Diddy can't come out, it's gonna be harder for you, nigga. Why? Y'all run in the same little circles, bro. You're gonna have to see that man. You know what I mean? That man gonna put hands and feet on you, 50. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. And I don't think it's gonna be shit you could do about it. You know what I mean? Just being honest, bro. 50 Cent showed his hand. I still need to work with you on them shows now. I'm the guy, Scars on the Playground. Why wouldn't I be in your TV shows and your movies? That's about business. But as far as befriending you, boo-boo, man, something wrong with you, nigga. Yeah, I ain't never seen a street nigga. I ain't never seen a nigga act like that anyway. Oh, you want him to get some time? That was some whole ass shit. 50 Cent fans, get in the comments, man. Scars from the Playground. Like, share, subscribe, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Look, Logic confronted a fan for using his phone in the middle of his performance. Let's get into the content, fam.
Hold up. Motherfucker, are you on your phone texting as I am giving my all? Get this motherfucker on. Get this motherfucker right. Don't boo him. Don't boo him. Don't boo him. Don't boo him. Who you texting? Who you texting? Your lady. Okay, all right. Okay. What you say? He said, my bad. It's all good. It's your girl. Do you love her? Oh, okay. He loves her. All right. I feel that. Okay. What's your name? Daniel? You think you can do me a favor and pay attention in the fucking front seat and not be on your phone for a second? All right, let's try this one more time. Let's show you how hard it is to do what I'm doing. Let's do it. Here we go. Yeah. We're just gonna go right into this rap. Here we go. Hold on, pause it.
Look, shout out Logic, but he getting shit twisted, my nigga. A nigga don't pay for your tickets to come out and attach yourself word for word. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nigga ain't listening to every word you spit. Nigga, that ain't what the show about. You are just a tap dancer for the night. You are tonight's entertainment, nigga. That's it. You know what I mean? You call a nigga out because he's texting his girlfriend. Who are you on the phone with? Can you put the phone up, motherfucker? Your man, get off the gas for a nigga whoop you, bro. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, man. Don't call a nigga out like that. Nigga trying to enjoy his motherfucking night, bro. There's a lot of 9 to 5 people that be in them concerts, bro. Nigga that been to work, nigga that got a relationship or kids, whatever they got going on in the world. Nigga come out to relax, fam. You don't take it upon your motherfucking self to put the spotlight on a nigga. You are the night's entertainment. Get it right, my nigga. You entertain. You continue tap dancing because I paid my money to see you, hoe ass nigga. That's what this is about, man. Shout out Logic. I like him, you know what I mean? Logic be snapping. But to think that, bro, a nigga gotta hang on to every word or it's a problem, man, get the fuck off the gas. Nigga done paid some good money to see you. Can you get off your phone in the front row? Nigga, look to the back row. You know what I mean? Fix your focal point, hoe ass nigga. You ain't got to look at me while you performing. Nigga, real shit. Like, I just keep looking at you. Nigga, I paid money to sit here. I paid money to watch you tap dance for me. What people don't understand. Shout out the rappers, bro, the entertainers, fool. But you're just tonight's entertainment, bro. Nigga don't pay cause I respect him so much. Man, I got money to sit on the front row, so I'm sitting on the front row whether I like this nigga or not. Why? He came to my motherfucking city, and I needed some motherfucking time tonight. So I chose to come here. Could have been anywhere in the world, but I'm here with you tonight. Nigga, act accordingly, my nigga. Continue the show. Just 'cause you see me text, you gonna stop the show? Man, come on. Nigga, refund. You know what I mean? Everybody deserve a refund because you on your bullshit, nigga. We don't do that type of shit, nigga. Continue to show. That's being professional. You focusing on one person, nigga. Fix your focal points, hoe ass, nigga. Drop it in the comments. Like I said, I like logic, but when I see a hoe ass shit like this, I'm like, man, come on. Stop the gas, nigga. Get off the gas. Fuck is you? Did you forget your lines or something, hoe ass, nigga? You stop the show for me? Man, tap dance, nigga. Tap. No, leave him alone. Don't get him out of here, bro. You, huh? It don't say no phones allowed, hoe ass nigga. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground, bro. Like, share, subscribe. Look, I'm going up. I just be talking about some shit. You know, you just be talking about some shit. Why? Somebody got to talk about it. Why, bro? You got to be held to the same. You got to be held to the same. It's about accountability, bro. You got to be held accountable. Point blank, period. I could say this and then I can use $10 million words, but I'm going to tell you this. It's accountability, bro. You got to be held accountable for your actions, my nigga. Continue the motherfucking show for a nigga slap the fire out your whole ass, bro. Won't ever do that. If you ever see me at the show, and you probably won't, because I don't do the rap concerts. Nigga, why? You know what I mean? Why? I supposed to be giving the concert. Nigga, Scars from the playground. I don't do rap concerts. I don't like how people act over him. You know what I mean? Just like I don't do strip clubs. I don't like how people salivate over the stripper. I don't like this shit. I come to a place just to enjoy myself. My nigga, if I use my phone, I use my phone, my nigga. Don't stop the motherfucking show. The show must go on. Scars from the playground. Like, share, subscribe, nigga. Peace. Like, share, subscribe. In that order. And hype me up, nigga. I don't think tell a lot of people that. But hype me up. It's a new feature on YouTube that you can hype up the videos, bro. So my shit could really just soar. You know what I mean? What I'm looking to do. I'm looking to soar, my nigga. What you think a nigga just stay around here and play around for nothing? And we gotta where we trying to go? Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Like, share, subscribe, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Look, Javante Davis sends a cryptic warning to J. Paul. Let's get into the content. Look, November 14th, it's going down at the Casell Center in Miami. It's going to be 10 rounds, fam. It will be an exhibition fight that night. You know what I mean? Javante Davis is sending out cryptic warnings, fam. Hit. He's telling you, bro, that lower region, that middle region, he's going to tear him to shreds, fam. He's looking to knock out Jake Paul despite that 100-pound difference, bro. I don't know about this one. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I like Tank. He's looking good right now. Yeah, he hitting the bag like a midget George Foreman. Like a baby George Foreman. I mean, looked like he could do something, but Jake Paul a big guy, fam. Jake Paul a big guy, and he know for a fact that it's the reach, bro. That reach. The only way Tank gonna be able to get in there and give it any type of fight, bro, he gonna have to get close and he gonna have to work that body, bro. That's how you chop down a tree, bro. You start from the bottom. Drop it in the comments. I just don't think it's gonna go that way. I'm telling you, bro. Jake Paul ain't to be played with now. You know what I mean? He ain't to be played with, bro. You couldn't even beat Lamont Roach. That's what made me lose all hope in you, bro. At first, I thought Javante Davis was the next coming Floyd, you know what I mean? But nah, he ain't no Floyd Mayweather, bro. He has won some fights, a tremendous fighter. Yeah, he's great, you know what I mean? But you ain't got that spirit of the dog in you no more. You know, you already spoke on retirement, my nigga. Once them little thoughts creep in, it start fucking with your boxing abilities, bro. You wearing jail and fight, man. Come on, man. You've been around far too long to go in that fight with Lamont Roach and say, oh, my hair, oh, my eyes blowing. Man, get the fuck off the gas, my nigga. All you care about is chrome hearts. You know, let's just be honest. Everybody in the world know you got a thing for that chrome heart shit, which ain't even that motherfucking cool. It ain't as cool as expensive as it is. Let's just be honest, man. Chrome heart, I got a chrome heart bag. I have chrome heart shorts, chrome heart gloves. Nigga, only thing that matters is if you get in that ring and you give us a motherfucking show that we paid to see. Matter of fact, you give us a show that we betted on, nigga. You know what I mean? You fucking up the odds of a nigga money. That's why nigga don't fuck with Javante Davis like that, nigga. You're bad for the money, man. Yeah, nigga trying to make some money on off of you. You going in that bitch uninspired. Man, get the fuck off the gas, nigga. I think I'm gonna put my money on Jake. Yeah, I'm gonna put my money on Jake. Like, the fight gonna go the whole 10. I'm being honest with you, bro. The fight gonna go the whole 10 unless Jake Paul going there with hopes of killing him. You know what I mean? He got to show people that he's a real boxer, that he's fighting real threats. Jake Paul, that fight against Mike Tyson made me look at Jake a little weird. Like, why would you even fight Mike? You know what I mean? Waste of fucking time. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. On top of that, Mike lost me some motherfucking money because he only swung by, connected by 13 punches. You know what I mean? I think I betted on 25. Nigga connected on, I mean, you can't be too mad at him because of the age, but come on, my nigga. Got to be more about that than about that bag. Drop it in the comments. Scores from the playground, bro. Shout out Tank Davis. We're going to see a fight November 14th. I just don't know how good it's going to be. Being honest, man. Drop it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Nigga, Scores from the playground. We going up, and away. Like Buzz Lightyear, nigga. You niggas think I be playing when I say that, bro. You got to see the consistency and the dedication. Don't think about the 5 million views. I mean, fuck that. You know, that's by the time I get to where I'm going, I might have 30 million. It take a little while longer for niggas like me. We got to take the harder way. Yeah, we got to do it the harder way. I'm taking the stairs when most people take the elevator. Seems a little harder, but it's worth more. Drop it in the comments. Nigga, Scores from the playground. Like, share, subscribe. Nigga, peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm equipped. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Look, OG Percy, show no mercy. Drags, go Yayo. Look, he say when he brought Adam 22, no jumper, to Fort Worth, Murderworth, he didn't even take him to the right spots. You know what I mean? And he pulled the 6'9" by going while everybody was still just waking up. Let's get into the content, fam.
Lil CJ's hood. As far as I know, Lil CJ is from Truman Street, stop 6. You had some things to say about that video. When you saw that, how did you feel, OG?
Has driven us through a variety of hoods, including CJ Casino's hood. We drove by it. We didn't go anywhere near it, thank God.
I try to stay away from niggas that don't put out the right information. Understand me? I don't want to insult Yayo character. I don't want to make Yayo mad. I don't want Yayo coming after me because you the king of four. Hey, we understand that. But I'm trying to find out how these niggas get lost in their own neighborhoods. I just trying to find out how niggas be getting lost in it because I mean, it's one thing. I'm from Fort Worth, Yayo, and I'm really from Fort Worth, Yayo. Now I can tell you where every alley is in the hood. Yeah, I can tell you every street you was standing on. I'm trying to find out when you gonna go somewhere where you say the supposed to be there yet. Cause the last time I seen you standing on the corner, let me tell you where you was standing at, you was standing on Edgewood and Strong Street. And you told CJ to come outside. Boy, don't nobody be on no goddamn Edgewood and Strong. Nick, that's my neighborhood. Cause I told you I know where every alley, every street in them neighborhoods you going to. I'm trying to find out. Oh, were you standing there the other day on Miller? On Berry, right there on Miller? Yeah, Miller, what's that? Miller and goddamn me, what's that street right there? Little old Turnout Street. I get it later on, but that's my hood. That little spot that was Mac Henry's. I mean, hell no, that's not CJ Hood. That's Eastwood. Nigga, that's our hood. I just did a whole show on Miller and Berry. If you would have did it like I did it, we would have knew you was scrub business. Cause I went on a corner of Miller and Berry and stood out there for about damn an hour on a live about like 2 weeks ago in that same corner where you was at during the daytime. Not like when you was at, I guarantee you, it looked like the sun was just coming up and them just getting ready to open up their shop. No, it ain't nobody out there. I don't like when people saying they own some gangster shit, but then when we see the gangster shit they own, that ain't no gangster shit. I'm just being honest with you. I wish Yayo could find something else to do, you know, with his time, like make some music. Tune Fighting Dogs, y'all. You gonna go to jail, Mike Vick?
Look, for everybody that don't know, before we get into this, bro, I want to tell you, Fort Worth is the third safest city in the United States. You know what I mean? Meaning he could have went at 3 p.m. and ain't nothing would have happened to him. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. OG Percy, show no mercy. You could have kept that information. A nigga know you know your city. You know what I mean? A nigga know you know your bitty. But that ain't the point here, bro. Why are you jumping into some shit and saying, yo, I don't want to drag him, but I hate, come on, man. You basically saying, go Yayo, Yak Yizzle is on some CB4 shit. You know what I mean? Same shit that Albert Walker is on. That MC Gusto shit. You saying he Gusto? He doing a Gusto. Man, OG Percy, get off the gas, bro. You get off the gas. On top of that, bro, y'all be tripping. You know, y'all be tripping. Why would he go over there? You know what I mean? He's showing him the city. For a lot of people like myself that don't know Fort Worth, I got to see what I needed. Yeah, I seen what I need to see from the video, nigga. So why does it matter the specific street names? It's the third safest city in the United States, bro. Let's not, let's see, a lot of people get it twisted, because you hear about Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth, as far as hip-hop, but that ain't the most dangerous cities in Texas, bro, and I love Houston. Yeah, I love Houston. This is my city, you know what I mean? But let's just be honest, Beaumont is my city too. Beaumont, way deeper. Drop it in the comments if you from Beaumont or you know anything about Big Money, Texas. That whole Golden Triangle area. You could even say PA too. Look, bro, I don't think a lot of people that's talking, OG Percy, show no mercy. Take your ass to 3255 Elmira and see how it works out for you, bro. Go Yayo. He would have just been Lil Yayo in BMT. You know, let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Albert would have been Lil Albert. Lil CJ would have been Lil CJ. You know what I mean? Real shit. Stop glorifying these places and these hoods because y'all add to the detrimental shit that's going on out there. You know what I mean? Them people are good people, bro. Just because you are born in poverty, it don't mean y'all bad. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Shout out Go Yayo. Why? He was still out there. Y'all knew he was filming. It's a small city, fam. Yayo is taking Adam 22 and No Jumper all around the city. The Biddy. Everybody get alerted, fam. So if he wasn't supposed to be outside, he wouldn't have been. Drop it in the comments, man. Y'all got to get off the gas, man. Let that man live. Yeah, let that man live, man. I ain't heard from OG Percy, show no mercy in a minute. But I'm glad to see him still going and doing better. Because last time I seen him, he didn't look so good. I'm just being honest, just being real, fam. Drop it in the comments, Scores from the Playground. Like, share, subscribe. We going that way. Quick, too. Quick. Because I'm not on community strike anymore. You know what I mean? Real shit. I learned, bro, you got to say some shit and be politically correct with it, or you're gonna face the ramifications of your actions. So just like the niggas that get out the clank, I'm rehabilitated. Drop it in the comments, Scores from the Playground. Like, share, subscribe, nigga, peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm equipped. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Look, DJ Vlad responds to young Jeezy allegedly snitching on Big Meech, BMF. Let's get into the content, fam.
It's probably one of the most unique ways that I've ever seen somebody get exposed for snitching. But basically, there was an FBI agent who made a TikTok talking about a case that he was involved with many years ago. And we could play the clip if you'd like. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to say the guy's name because he's pretty famous. And to be fair, he was never charged with a crime. But we had these two rappers in Atlanta in the early 2000s, and they were beefing with each other, trading diss tracks, the whole thing. Then rapper number one, the famous one, orders his goons to go beat up rapper number two and steal this gaudy gold and diamond necklace he wore in all of his videos, and that's where it got interesting. The goon squad shows up at rapper number two's place. He pulls a gun and starts shooting. One of the attackers gets hit, makes it about 200 yards away from the house before he drops dead. Rapper number two is arrested for murder, but it's dismissed as self-defense. And the real criminal here is rapper number one, who ordered the violent act that got his man killed. I had the phone records and two witnesses prepared to testify for what would have been a rock-solid RICO murder case. But for reasons that were never explained to me, the U.S. Attorney's Office declined prosecution, and rapper number one went on to have a phenomenally successful career. Oh well, win some, lose some.
So basically, the allegation is that
He's talking about Jeezy and Gucci.
Right, and Blue Da Vinci has kind of confirmed as well that there was this sort of like eerie switch up from Jeezy, where when the BMF takedown went down, that Jeezy at that point like ceased to have anything to do with BMF, never communicated with any of them ever after that. And so he's basically saying that they had, in his opinion, a rock solid case against Jeezy for the Gucci situation in which Pookie Loc got killed, but that was never pursued by the FBI, and that his best guess is basically that it was in exchange for Jeezy supplying information about BMF.
I missed that last part.
Okay, yeah.
Where is that last part?
You kind of need to connect the dots with like prior videos. There's like a Blue Da Vinci video where he goes into depth about how he feels very strongly that Jeezy snitched. And so that guy kind of like puts the details of it together of what his incentive to do so might have been, since Jeezy was the only one associated with BMF that basically ended up getting to skate free.
Well, what about there was multiple guys that went into that house?
Yeah, and I interviewed one of them, Young Throwback, who claimed that Gucci Mane, or I interviewed the guy who claims that he's the one who pulled the trigger and killed Pookie Loc.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Pookie Loc was with someone else. He wasn't by himself.
Yeah, it was like two people that ran inside the crib.
So maybe the people who are cooperating were the two people that were part of the home invasion, and they were going to cooperate against Jeezy. You see what I'm saying? That's what I kind of implied from that.
The reason people think that this guy's implying that Jeezy actually did it, because in the comments, the two comments that he actually replied to was someone saying that the theory of the reason that Jeezy never got locked up was because of him providing evidence to the feds about the BMF shit. And that the guy who made this TikTok, he liked that theory, and then he's like, interesting theory. So people just speculating that that's why. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not like really just.
Look, I don't know who that guy is that made that TikTok. Let's just be honest, we don't even know if he was really part of the federal government. We don't know if he's a federal entity. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. But I'm calling bullshit cap on this whole story. Jeezy ain't no rat. Yeah, Jeezy ain't no rat. You might want to say, we could say he was scared straight when he seen where it was leading to, you know what I mean? But come on, man, even Blue Da Vinci let a nigga know Jeezy just wasn't with the shit. He wanted to be a rapper. They found Jeezy sleeping in his car outside of the the stripping house. You know what I mean? What they call it, porn house, not porn house, strip club, yeah. They found Jeezy sleeping outside at the strip club. All he ever wanted to do was get in the rap game, fam. Yeah, I'm calling cap on this whole shit. That ain't no news. The biggest news is Jeezy bringing Thug Motivation 101 with a 101-piece orchestra on a fucking road, fam. This is legendary. Why? He's making it a real hip-hop show for the people that remember how it used to be when everybody was really performing, when you go out and it was about a real performance that kept your attention rather than everybody jumping around and mosh pitting. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Let's just be honest, let's just be real. Hip hop could be seen as well educated too, bro. You ain't got to make it look like you and grew up in the slums and all this other type of shit to make it or to put on the show. Look, shout out Young Jeezy. This is about Jeezy snitching on Meech. He didn't snitch on Meech. Everybody knows Southwest T fucked up. Southwest T fucked up. He didn't want to be part of the program no more. He took BMF to California and started his own shit, his own family, the Southwest Boys or something of the sort. The phones was tapped. That's why they was called. And stop the fucking cap when it come to Jeezy, man. Leave that man alone. Now, he ain't all right, but he ain't all wrong either. You know what I mean? He ain't never went bad. You know what I mean? That shit would have came out years ago. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. You don't think Big Meech would have been started talking about that shit? That would have been their money at this point. Right now, drop it in the comments, bro. Scores from the playground. Like, share, subscribe, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Look, Doja Cat denies devil worshiping. She says she doesn't say hell, Satan, or none of that other shit. But she just let them run with whatever they run with and choose to express herself with the arts. Let's get into the content, fam.
Then somebody who works in the store thinks you worship the dead.
Mm-hmm.
Is it inside of you to ever clear something like that up, or you just kind of let that be fester in the world as it wants to?
I think about it a lot.
Really?
I think about it almost every day.
What part of it?
Every single part. Every time. Every pinpoint of when that's happened to me down my career.
Yeah.
It's happened a lot. And I think it's not for me to prove to people who cannot or don't wish to listen. It's the harsh reality, but I'd like to stay there. And I feel comfortable there because there's so many other great things happening that I can, instead of ruminating, I can choose to express maybe the way I feel about that thing with music or with an outfit or with a painting or with something. Being creative is really a good outlet for addressing to me personally. But unless somebody asks all the beautiful questions the way you do, I mean, then maybe I can discuss it.
Yeah.
But I also I don't ever want to say something that, and I'm telling you, like in the past, I could not talk. I still honestly am learning how to talk.
You're wonderful at it.
Sometimes I can talk really well, but there's times where if I have a camera on me and there's like a person who's talking to me and I'm distracted by something, or if I had a bad day or something, like all the things in the biome have to fall together correctly, or else I can't speak.
Look, bro, you can't always go by the imagery. The imagery will fuck you up if you let it, but you have to understand at this point in 2025, fam, it is provocative and it gets the people going. You know, let's just be honest, let's just be real. It's like when you do a music video, bro, you're technically making a movie. One wouldn't say Alfred Hitchcock and all the other people that make all the horror flicks or demons, you know what I mean? No. They just artistic expression, you know? That's what this is about, bro. Don't always judge a book by its cover, bro. And when somebody's saying shit about you, let it ride, you know what I mean? It ain't on you to come out and do the thugger. Yeah, come out and do the thugger, a 3-hour interview, denying every rumor that has been cast upon your name. You know what I mean? Look, shout out Doja Cat. She makes some incredible music. I don't know about that other shit, fam. If the music videos are a turn off for you, maybe you should stop watching the music videos. But until you hear a person say that shit, oh, hell, Lucifer, and all that other type of shit, bro, leave it alone. You know what I mean? And shout out to her. I don't run no negative stories on women. That's just not my play, bro. That's not my game. I don't get into all that other shit, fam. Y'all could have that. You know, let's just be honest. Let's just be real. I be on some grown man, real nigga shit. You know what I mean? I don't be on like that pussy boy shit where I'm discussing what a woman is doing and trying to break down they game, they play. That ain't for me. That's for niggas like Charleston White. Look, scores from the playground. Drop it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap. People tell me I'm equipped. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Look, DJ Akademiks responds to David D4VD being investigated for first-degree murder charges. Let's get into the content, fam.
The suspect. The police clearly are allowing him to do things that if they thought he was a suspect, they would clamp down on. For example, why the hell would you allow him to basically throw out half of the stuff out of his apartment? Granted, you just did a search warrant on it. Now, granted, maybe you can't stop him necessarily, but it feels like them not incarcerating him is allowing him to do whatever he wants. Let's see. Police confirm David never killed anyone? What?
I didn't kill her physically, but in the back of my mind, she died.
When word first hit the block that 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez's body got discovered all decomposed in David's Tesla, no one believed him. But the feds just confirmed new evidence that clears David's name in the homicide case. And the new name they mentioned will change everything you thought you knew about this case.
Okay.
When the streets started talking and the evidence got real.
Okay. I think there's a little bit capped, so let me just go law and crimes. Because from what I've seen, they never cleared his name. So, let me see if we can find.
So, Steve, September 8th, authorities have not identified a suspect nor a person of interest. And to be clear, David has not officially been implicated in any wrongdoing or any crime, and law enforcement have not even come out with a definitive connection between the singer and Celeste. But I want to bring on right now Will Svilar, who's a retired detective commander. Will, thank you so much for taking the time. You and I haven't had a chance to talk about this case yet, as it's really in the news. It's continuing to develop. We're trying to understand what's happening behind the scenes. Since you and I haven't spoken, let me get your perspective. Why no arrest? Why not name any suspect? Why not name any person of interest at this point? It's been weeks now, and it's almost, what are we at? Almost a month, almost a full month since the body was found.
Well, one thing I want to be clear on is a crime has been committed. Now, and the crime is minimum, we call it in Illinois, desecration of a corpse or improper handling of a dead body. The girl was put in the trunk of a car, dismembered. Somebody did that. That's a crime. Now, the events leading up to her death and her actual cause of death still has to be determined. And without that, you're not going to get a murder charge. Unless somebody says it's a murder, and that's the medical examiner, you're not going to get a murder charge.
To couple that, we've talked about this extensively here on Sidebar, but I haven't talked to you about it. LAPD Captain Commanding Officer Scott M. Williams told People magazine, quote, "The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner has not determined a cause or manner of her death, so we don't know for sure if anyone has any criminal culpability for her death beyond the concealment of her dead body." Now, with that in mind, something I don't think we've talked about yet is that Fox 11 LA, they spoke with a private investigator, Steve Fisher, who apparently got his hands on images of that car, the Tesla, that Celeste was found in. And remember, this car was apparently sitting there for weeks before it was towed to that tow yard, and then workers there smelled this foul odor and alerted authorities. But it was in the Hollywood Hills. Now, it could suggest she was in that trunk for that extended period of time, too. We don't know how long she was in the trunk per se, but her body was decomposed. Anyway, so Fisher says, quote, "The car almost looks like it's been off-road in the desert or something. The wheel wells are all beat up. There's a huge dent in the back. This could have been an overdose, and they panicked and hid her body because they didn't want to expose the relationship between her and the minor. And by the way, she was found 1 day after she would have turned 15.
That's unlikely because if you're trying to not get found out, why leave the corpse in your car?
With that in mind, you had mentioned that a crime has been committed. We're just not exactly sure how many crimes.
That's absolutely true. And that's correct. Everything we talk about now as far as cause of death is speculation until we have some science to back it up. When you talk about a crime, we talk about the concealment, the dismemberment, the desecration of the corpse. We also talk about a situation where if they can prove that there's some sort of relationship between a 14-year-old and a 20-year-old, that's a problem for him. Yeah, the age of consent in Illinois is 17. You can't give consent at 14 to be with an adult. There's another crime. That's like the backside of that is another crime. If the LAPD can come up with definitive proof that he was in fact involved in a relationship, he has another problem.
Let's analyze this a bit. What makes more sense to you? Someone panicked, put the body in the car, didn't have enough time to know what to do with it. The car was there for a long period of time, though, so I don't know if that makes sense. Or we're purposely putting it in this car. We know it's registered to David. The car is near where the property he was renting was. There's an argument we're targeting David. I mean, what makes more sense to you?
Well, it's an awful elaborate scheme to target David by a rival or something along those lines, to do a murder and then steal his car and then put the body in the car. Now, he never reported this car stolen, so we don't know if there's an auto theft in that. That seems pretty elaborate to me. The girl dying of her natural causes is possible. A murder is definitely possible. And you say the car is found not far from where the house he was renting. The car has been evidence that it's been in the desert off the road. If I'm investigating...
All right, so... It's kind of interesting because I'm starting to realize how quickly people get into conspiracy bag. And it's happening in many different situations. It's happening here with this David stuff. I see people doing it with the Charlie Kirk stuff. But essentially, people are floating with these ideas that maybe the dude didn't do anything. And this is either bad luck or maybe someone setting him up. I'm not going to go with that, but it is interesting to hear these guys kind of like rationing it out.
I am trying to find a route from his home to where this body is found and see if there is any, part of out of the desert or an off-road area where maybe she dies or she's killed. They take her to that spot. They do what they do to her body, put it in the car, and then give her and then ditch the car. So there's a lot of things that still have to be determined.
So if you're a fan of Sidebar, by the way, then you know we cover a lot of cases and we put out a lot of clips a day. Our producer, and I whatsoever. I haven't seen a statement like that. Now, I'm not suggesting that he is. Again, he hasn't been officially implicated in wrongdoing, but would it be typical of police to say if he had absolutely no involvement in this whatsoever, and there's this whole cloud on a lot of public attention, I have to imagine they have more information than we do at this point. Would they come out and immediately, clear him of anything?
It's case-by-case basis. I mean, if you absolutely know it's not him, you know that. But I can tell you that these detectives are operating on theories, too. There's probably 2 or 3 different theories that they're operating under. And I think they're not giving that information that he's been cleared because they just don't know yet. They're still trying to figure out exactly what went down, what caused this girl's death. When we talk about persons of interest, it's kind of a weird statement to use. Pick somebody.
Look, I don't know why that boy ain't been arrested just yet, but that's a clear-cut case of murder. Come on, man. All of the overdose shit and all of that, man. The girl was 14 years old and she was a runaway, fam. The main career, because I didn't know him before this whole situation even happened. I didn't know him from a can of paint. I'm gonna be honest with you. Drop it in the comments if you knew David, D4VD, if you ever heard of him. I didn't know about his songs. I didn't know about his Wizards tour. I didn't know him blowing up off of TikTok. I didn't know him, you know what I mean? Until them body parts was found in that Tesla. If you ask me, it's a clear-cut case of murder. The man is on the rise. He didn't want nobody. He didn't want nobody to find out that he was a piece of shit. That's what we're looking at right now. You know what I mean? Right now, that's what we're looking at. You don't have a motive, you don't got nothing because they scrubbed that shit. He scrubbed it soon as he left the body down the street. Bro, drop it in the comments, man. I think it's a clear-cut case of murder. You know, I think he going down for that shit. I don't know why they ain't arrested him. But this is how they operate, fool. They want you to think you got away with it. Want you to think you got away with it so you can get sloppy and sloppier and sloppier and wonder, when are they coming to get me? Yeah, you're going to be so scared by the end of it, bro. You're going to think that every knock on that door is the police coming to arrest your dumb ass. Look, drop it in the comments, bro. I don't know what happened to her, but I tell you, David needs to be arrested. D4VD needs to be arrested, and they got enough statutory rape charges along with harboring a runaway minor. Drop it in the comments, bro. Yeah, shit not adding up, but give it some time. It will. Yeah, it will. It always does, bro. Every time you think you would have got away with it, it's a clue that you left behind, you know what I mean, that they're gonna find, or they already found it, and they're analyzing it. They're analyzing it. Once they analyze all the clues, all roads are gonna lead to you. Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments, nigga. Scars from the playground. It has been my biggest day on YouTube, man. I'm killing with the content. Just being honest, just being real. And it gets a little tiresome, but guess what? Payoff coming later. It's like a good workout. You don't see the benefits of what you're doing right now, but you will. Yeah, you will. Just give it some time and keep going. Scores from the playground, bro. Like, share, subscribe. What do you think about this David boy? You think he's guilty, or do you think he's innocent? Charleston White seems to think he's innocent. Saying, he said, what did he say? If they had something on him, he'd be arrested already. Well, look here. It just ain't how, it don't work like you want. The judicial system doesn't work on your time. It works on their time. You know, just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Like, share, subscribe. Peace. And hype my shit up, fam.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap. People tell me I'm equipped. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Look, an unsigned rapper turned his deposition into a freestyle session. Fam, I don't know where this guy is from. You know what I mean? I don't know where he's from, but he went viral. You know, let's just be real. Let's get into the content, fam.
Speak my story to the interns page. Metal on my wrist, but the words stay free. I grew from the... Mr. Turner, that's enough. Concrete like a crack in the street. Mama told me she doesn't know. This is a courtroom, not an open...
Now, they hemmed his ass up before he could finish what he was saying. I don't think he got about four bars in, and then they tackled his ass to the ground, fam. Whatever reception he wanted for this video, he got it. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. The man became a viral sensation. Why? Because it's like, who does that, bro? His charges might not even be too bad. You know what I mean? Might not even be too bad. But if we was to run his name and check him out, he might be the next coming of King Von. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. Him making that little freestyle in the middle of that deposition, probably the best thing he could do. Why? He's gonna be remembered at least for 15 minutes. You know what I mean? At least for 15 minutes, he's gonna go up. But you got to take your shot and do what you can. Why? You know commissary is expensive. And if ain't nobody putting money on your books, bro, and it's just gonna be on you, take your shot. This was a last effort to make something shake for him before he get his 5 to 10, at least, you know what I mean? At least, you know what I mean? That man wasn't rapping like that, trying to go viral for no reason. Nor do we know if he was actually even trying to go viral. Might have just had something to say, bro. You know what? Just because you rap your shit in metaphors and in rhythm, it don't mean you shouldn't have the floor. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. After really discussing this situation, I think that unsigned rapper might have a lawsuit. Yeah, y'all ain't never told me I can't sing what I got to say. You know what I mean? Real shit. I'm saying it in a melody. Why? Because that's how I learned how to express myself. If y'all listen, y'all will learn. I'm gonna say that again. If y'all listen, y'all will learn, and y'all would understand the fact that I'm not trying to throw off y'all day. No. I'm not trying to throw off y'all day. I just know that when I rap it like this, people normally understand me. I can't talk that other way. I can only talk in writtens. And I'm talking about written raps. Look, drop it in the comments. I don't know what this guy is, but Charlemagne, before you get this nigga don't get a date, Tink, fam, Tink. It's artistic expression. He's expressing himself like an artist, bro. It's easy to laugh at the situation. Very funny. I hard and he for about 2-3 minutes, you know what I mean? Maybe even 2-3 seconds, you know what I mean? It really didn't tap my ticker too much, you know what I mean? It didn't tap me right here too much. That's the ticker. It didn't tap my ticker too much, but it did provide me some form of entertainment. I can't lie, you know what I mean? I'm just being honest, just being real. Look, drop it in the comments, Scars from the Playground, like, share, subscribe, hype me up. Hype me up. Yeah, hype me up. Why? Because I'm not stopping, because I am popping, you know what I mean? So until I show the world that, I'm going to overload this bitch with content. Yeah, I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm going to go. Plus, there's money on the floor. Here it is, here, right? That shit be paying the bills. Nigga, drop it in the comments. Scores from the Playground. Like, share, subscribe, and whatever you do, please go check out the music. Nigga, Scores from the Playground, also known as Chris Magic, bruh. Killing it, always have been. It's a reason they try to blackball me and blacklist me. Why? I cannot be controlled. I can't be controlled. Makes me a problem for those people. Just being honest, just being real, nigga. Drop it in the comments. Scores from the Playground. Coming straight at your motherfucking head every day. Every day. When you want to know some shit, come to the plat and make sure you respond to that. You know what I mean? Just drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the Playground. Like, share, subscribe, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it. I play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap. People tell me I'm equipped. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.